month will bring about new blessings, and of course, yes, I will begin straightforward from the home front this morning. Saying a big congratulations to Olise. Yes, Michael Olise, former Super Eagles head coach. Sunday Olise has been appointed by FIFA as a member of the technical expert for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And Olise confirmed the news via the social media handle. And the 48-year-old recently managed German lower league side SV19 traveling. And he also managed club in Belgium and Netherlands. And Olise made 54 appearances for Nigeria during his active days, and Nigeria failed to qualify for this year's FIFA World Cup as they were eliminated by the Black Stars of Ghana via the playoff. Moving on this morning. And moving on this morning, let's talk about Bruno Lage. Yes, no longer news that Bruno Lage has been dismissed as the coach of Wolverhampton Wanderers with just 16 months in charge. And Wolverhampton sacked their manager Bruno Lage yesterday after 16 months in charge following Saturday's defeat by West Ham United, and which left them in the bottom three. And of course, Lage succeeded Nuno Espirito Santo last summer and led Wolverhampton Wanderers to a 10th place finish in his first season in charge. However, they've won and lost 9 of their past 15 Premier League matches under the Portuguese. And yes, the decision comes after a high-level meeting in the wake of Saturday's defeat at the London Stadium, which raised renewed questions over the former Benfica boss. And of course, the Black Country side have only scored 3 goals and picked up 6 points from 8 games this season. And the club hierarchy felt the current run of form was a poor return, given they spent much in an excess of £100 million on new players this summer. Remember, they brought in Portuguese international Grigres and Matthew Nunes, and which was later bought for a record club fee of £38 million. Lage, who is 48 years, also signed veteran forward Diego Costa, who had been a free agent for 9 months and made his first competitive appearances since December 2021 against West Ham. Remember, £50 million signing of Sazak Lasjij, who damaged his knee ligament days after his move from Stuttgart, and a key striker Raul Jimenez suffered knee and groin injuries in the preseason. And moving on this morning, at least 125 people have died in a crash at an Indonesian football match that has become one of the world's worst stadium disaster. And hundreds were also hurt after aftermath of home team Arema FC's loss to bitter rivals at overcrowded stadium later in Saturday in Malang, East Java. And of course, the crash took place after police tear gassed fans who invaded the pitch, and yes, as panic spread, thousands surged towards the stadium's exit, where many suffocated. And FIFA, the world governing body, FIFA, the world governing football body, states that no crowd control gas should be carried or used by stewards or police at matches. And the said organization, the president talking about Gianni Infantino, said it was a dark day for all involved in football and tragedy beyond comprehension. And still talking sport this morning, Real Madrid president Florentino Perez has reaffirmed his club's commitment to the European Super League and says football does not recognize that the game in its present form is sick. And Real were one of the 12 European clubs to sign up for the ESL in April 2021, but it collapsed after a fan backlash. And Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus have yet to formally abandon the project. And a 12-team Super League side, including Premier League sides Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, and Tottenham Hotspur was greeted with widespread condemnations from supporters and sparked protests outside grounds in England. And speaking Real Madrid General Assembly, Perez said future generations of fans were focusing on different types of entertainment and made a comparison with tennis when he highlighted what he sees as football inadequacies. And of course, Perez made reference to an ongoing case at European Court of Justice, which is due to make an interim ruling in December because about whether European governing body UEFA should be allowed to have a monopoly over organization or organizing clubs competition. And also, Perez rejected Super League proposal, which have meant the end of domestic leagues. We'll see how things eventually pans out there. And of course, moving on to the tracks this morning, let's talk about the Singapore Grand Prix. And of course, Sergio Perez held off Charles Leclerc to win a chaotic Singapore Grand Prix as Max Verstappen was forced to wait to seal the World Championship after finishing 7th. And Red Bull's Perez had to wait 2.5 hours for his victory to be confirmed as stewards investigated him for leaving too much distance between himself and the safety cars on the two separate occasions during the race, which also saw 3 visual safety car deployments. And the FIA ultimately decided to penalize Perez with a 5-second penalty, which meant he kept his second win of the season, having finished 7.5 seconds clear of Leclerc. And Perez passed the pole setter Leclerc off the line at the start. And at the start, and withstood heavy pressure from the Mexican crowd for the large portion of the grilling contest at the Marina Bay Street Circuit, which the race ending at the 2-hour time limit as multiple interceptions or interruptions ensured that the full 61 laps could not be completed. And of course, the Dutch World Championship leads with reduced to 104 points, with Leclerc saying 2 points ahead of Perez in second, but Verstappen will have more or a realistic chance of closing out a dominant campaign in Japan next week. And Carlos Sainz finished third for Ferrari despite lacking pace throughout the race, while McLaren struck a huge blow in the battle for fourth in the Constructive Championship as Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo finished 4th and 5th for both Alpine cars retired with engine failure. Of course, Lewis Hamilton endured a torrid afternoon, finishing 9th after losing 3rd place to Sainz at the start before being fortunate to continue having driven into the barrier. Yes, at the turn 7 as he attempted to overtake the spinners. And finally, this morning, let's let you know that Wolverhampton Wanderers are looking on to Sporting Lisbon boss Ruben Amorim to replace Bruno Ragge, who was ruthlessly sacked. We need to wrap up, but that goes without saying that Manchester City trashed Manchester United 6-3 yesterday in the Manchester Derby. We need to wrap up. Many thanks to everyone that made this production possible. Omotayo Adebodun is my name. Muideen Adeleke is the producer of this program. Yes, tomorrow is another day when we come your way. And until tomorrow morning, I say don't stop loving sport and enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning and happy independence. Get up and go, go, go.